If you've spent any time around the campfire or on the trail, you already know that a good fixed blade is one of the most important tools you can carry. But finding one that can handle everything from food prep and feather sticks to batoning firewood and game processing isn't always easy. And that's exactly where the new Tops Knives Badger Creek comes in. This isn't just another outdoor knife from Tops, it actually carries a pretty special story behind it, because it was one of the last knife concepts that legendary designer Leo Espinosa sketched and personally named with Tops founder Mike Fuller before Leo passed away. So naturally, there's a little more meaning behind this release than your average camp knife. But sentimental value only goes so far. At the end of the day, a knife still has to perform. So in this review, we're going to take a closer look at what the Badger Creek brings to the table, how it compares to other camp knives in its class, and whether it's actually worth adding to your outdoor kit. At first glance, the Badger Creek has that classic Tops look, but it feels a little more refined than some of the company's heavier survival blades. Overall length comes in at around 11 inches, paired with a 6-inch blade that's made from 3/16-inch thick N690 stainless steel. That gives it enough blade length for serious campsite work without feeling oversized. The handles are made from black canvas micarta with tan micarta liners underneath, and we really like the contrast. It gives the knife a rugged but premium appearance. Brass pins add another nice touch, while the additional screw and barrel hardware makes the scales feel extremely secure. Overall, everything about the construction feels solid, exactly what we'd expect from a USA-made Tops knife. If you followed Tops for a while, you probably associate the brand with 1095 carbon steel. But that's not the case here. Instead, the Badger Creek uses N690 stainless steel, which is produced in Europe and then manufactured into the finished knife here in the United States. Honestly, we think this was a smart decision. N690 offers a really nice balance between corrosion resistance, edge retention, toughness, and ease of sharpening. It isn't one of those ultra-premium super steels like MagnaCut, but that's actually part of its appeal. Going with something like MagnaCut would have pushed the price dramatically higher. N690 keeps the knife much more attainable while still giving campers and backpackers the low-maintenance stainless performance they've been asking for. If you spend a lot of time in humid climates, around rivers, or simply don't enjoy constantly maintaining carbon steel blades, this is a welcome upgrade. One thing that really stands out is the blade geometry. Although the spine measures a beefy 3/16-inch thick, Tops paired it with a surprisingly high grind. That combination gives you the best of both worlds. You still get the durability and strength you'd expect from a heavy-duty camp knife, but thanks to the taller grind, the edge slices far better than many thick outdoor blades. Instead of feeling like a wedge when cutting, the Badger Creek maintains excellent cutting efficiency. That makes it surprisingly versatile. Feather sticks, food prep, carving tent stakes, processing kindling, cleaning game, or even general campsite chores all feel well within its comfort zone. It's a true all-around camp knife, rather than something built exclusively for chopping. Handle comfort is another area where the Badger Creek really shines. The shape naturally locks your hand into a secure hammer grip, giving you excellent control whether you're making precise cuts or swinging through heavier wood. Toward the rear, the grandle gradually flares outward, helping prevent your hand from sliding off during chopping or other harder-use tasks. Tops also incorporated thumb scallops near the spine. They're positioned perfectly for chest lever cuts, which backpackers, bushcrafters, and woodworkers will definitely appreciate. Those little ergonomic details might not seem like much on paper, but once you're actually using the knife for extended periods, they make a noticeable difference. Overall, it's a handle that feels designed by people who actually spend time outdoors. The included sheath deserves some attention too. Tops pairs the Badger Creek with a Kydex sheath fitted to a leather dangler attachment, and honestly, we're big fans of this setup. A dangler makes a lot more sense for larger camp lives than a rigid belt mount. When you're hiking, climbing over logs, crouching to build a fire, or simply sitting down in camp, the knife naturally swings out of the way instead of digging into your side. If you've ever tried sitting in a camp chair with a large fixed blade mounted directly to your belt, you already know how uncomfortable that can get. The Kydex retention feels secure, while the leather attachment gives the whole package a more traditional outdoors look that matches the knife really well. Now let's talk about weight. The knife itself comes in at roughly 10 ounces, while the complete package with the sheath weighs around 15.4 ounces. So yes, you're carrying just under a pound on your belt. For ultralight backpackers, that may sound like a lot, but this really isn't designed to be an ultralight knife. It's built as a dependable workhorse that can replace several smaller cutting tools around camp. The added weight translates directly into durability and chopping performance, which makes sense considering the intended purpose. If your adventures involve car camping, overlanding, hunting camps, bushcraft weekends, or extended outdoor trips where reliability matters more than shaving every ounce from your pack, the weight feels completely justified. The suggested retail price sits at $375, although you'll typically find it discounted through authorized dealers, often somewhere around 20 to 25% below MSRP. That definitely places the Badger Creek in premium territory. But when we look at what you're getting, a USA-made knife, premium micarta handle scales, quality Kydex sheath with leather dangler, thoughtful ergonomics, and corrosion-resistant N690 stainless steel, the pricing starts making a lot more sense. There are certainly less expensive camp knives available, especially if you're willing to stick with 1095 carbon steel. But its stainless performance is high on your priority list. The Badger Creek offers a really compelling package without jumping into the much higher price bracket of premium super steels. So, is the Tops Knives Badger Creek worth it? We'd say yes, provided you're the type of user it was designed for. If you want a tough, full-size camp knife that balances durability with surprisingly good slicing performance, offers low-maintenance stainless steel, and comes with a genuinely comfortable handle and practical carry system, the Badger Creek checks a lot of boxes. It isn't trying to be the lightest knife in your pack, and it isn't trying to be the cheapest either. Instead, it's built to be that dependable fixed blade you reach for during almost every task around camp, whether that's processing firewood, preparing food, carving, or handling game. For anyone looking for a premium stainless outdoor knife with a meaningful story behind it and performance that matches its appearance, the Tops Badger Creek is definitely one worth considering. So, that was all for today. We'll see you in the next one.